The things I hated about my mom, but ended up being grateful for. My mom always provided for our needs, but still made sure we did our part. First, self-reliance. If we didn't prepare our things the night before and ended up rushing around in the morning, my mom wouldn't help us look for them at the last minute. The result? We'd be late for school. And worse, once we got there, we'd often realize we'd left something important behind, like assignments, pens, or a notebook. I still remember how humiliating it felt, being the only one without my homework while everyone else had theirs. But even then, she wouldn't rush to rescue us. She never spoon-fed us, even though she knew we'd get into trouble or be late. And what did that teach me? She taught me to stand on my own feet, that in this life, I am the captain of my ship. And the direction and results, they're my responsibility and mine alone. I even know some people now, already with gray hair, but they still depend on their parents, who are even older, because they were never taught to stand on their own. Their parents were always there to catch them whenever they fell. And I can't really say anything about that because that's their life. But just a thought to ponder, what would happen if those parents were suddenly gone? When I was in school, my mom gives me and my brother our money for the entire week every Sunday. It was up to us to budget it for the whole week. But being a kid and a girl who liked to spend extra on food or random treats with friends, sometimes I'd run out by Thursday or Friday. And when that happened, she wouldn't give us any extra. I had to figure out how to get home or what to eat with the little I had left. At that time, I thought it was cruel. But now that I'm older, I see that she was teaching us how to budget. And you know what? I've seen so many people, even my age or older, who can't manage their money. They don't know how to live within their means or adjust their spending to what they really earn. I've also seen so many people drowning in debts, borrowing from others just to cover daily needs. I'm not saying having debts is wrong, because debts are normal. Sometimes we do need to borrow, and even I sometimes borrow from friends, and my friends borrow from me too. And that's okay as long as you know how to control it. What I'm talking about are the debts that get out of control, the kind where you don't know where to get the payment from, or debts that keep piling up because you don't know how to budget and adjust your needs to what you actually have. And I realize now, mommy was helping us avoid that. Number 3, organization. Every weekend felt to me like it should be my time to rest after a long week at school. But my mom made sure we cleaned the entire house, including our own rooms. I used to hate it. I thought it was unfair and just plain mean to take away my rest days. But later, after college and when I lived overseas, I saw how chaotic some people's lives and homes were because they weren't taught to clean and organize at a young age. And I finally understood why mommy pushed us to keep the house tidy even on weekends. Which led me to the next one, self-discipline, patience, and waiting. Because we had to do chores every weekend, I learned that work always comes before reward. Back then, if I wanted to play, I have to finish cleaning first. If I wanted something like a toy or anything I really liked, I couldn't just get it right away. Almost everything I had as a child was something I had to earn. Growing up this way shaped how I face life today. When things don't go as planned, when I don't get the job I wanted, or something I've been praying for or hoping for doesn't happen, I don't easily fall apart or sink into depression because emotionally and mentally, I was already trained to understand. Sometimes you don't always get what you want right away, and that's okay. That's what discipline does. It makes you strong-willed and determined, but also helps you stay resilient when disappointments come. You still feel the pain of failure. You're still vulnerable, but you don't take it so personally that it breaks you. You learn to accept it, stand back up, and keep going. Last but not the least is dependency. Another thing mommy always emphasized, don't ask for favors or help from others unless it's an emergency or there truly is no other choice. When I went overseas, I lived by this. At first, I only used the bus, eventually saved up for a bike and biked everywhere. That time, some of my friends had cars, but I never asked them to give me a ride unless it was really late at night and there was no bus or public transport. It's not that I look down on people who ask for help, but it does bother me when people ask, even when they still have options. Mom taught me figure things out on your own unless it's truly necessary. And she was right. People who love you will help you. But if they start to feel like you're constantly relying on them, even when you could help yourself, they'll slowly back away. For example, someone once asked me for help, so I sent her links that clearly explained what she needed. But instead of reading them, she kept asking me questions. The answers were right there in the links. I was raised to accept a handout in the form of guidance or information, but to do the actual work myself. So it frustrates me when people keep asking for step-by-step help when they already have the resources. Looking back now, I realized that the things I hated about my mom helped me to shape the person I am today. And as much as I really appreciate my mom, I'm not saying she's perfect. Like anyone, she also passed down things I've realized I need to unlearn. That's why I believe self-awareness is so important. It helps you filter what values you want to keep and which ones you'd rather let go of or improve. But in this video, I just wanted to focus on the good things about her. And now as I read the Bible and look back on everything my mom taught me, I appreciate these verses even more. And I couldn't agree with them more. These words remind me that although it wasn't easy growing up under her rules, those lessons become part of who I am today. And for that, I'm truly grateful. Till next time, God bless.